Cruz, an assistant principal here at Greenup County High School. At this time, I'd like to ask that you please remain standing for the presentation of colors by Cadet Gunnery Sergeant Sarah Vansickle, Cadet Gunnery Sergeant Tiffany Claxon, Cadet Staff Sergeant Paige Withrow, Cadet Corporal Amber Claxon as Cadet First Lieutenant Kylie Perry and Bianca Mason recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Junior Madison Meade will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held by the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And Mrs. Stacy Hamilton will sing My Old Kentucky Home.
Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the people are gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all the day. The young folk roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by, hard times come a-knocking at the door, and my old Kentucky home, good night. Weep no more, my lady, oh, weep no more We will sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home far away.
Thank you, Madison, Marine Corps Junior ROTC cadets, and Mrs. Hamilton. Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to recognize the following GCHS students serving on tonight's sword detailed. Cadet Sergeant Ethan Latimer, Cadet Corporal Alexis Colgrove, Cadet Private First Class Matthew Boggs, Cadet Private First Class Hunter Alexander, Cadet Private First Class Chloe Mills, and Cadet Private First Class Miranda Mills. Thank you, Color Guard. Finally, Greenup County Schools would also like to recognize the following graduate who is entering the military following graduation. Please stand, Ethan Akers. Thank you. Welcome to the 47th Annual Commencement Ceremony for Greenup County High School as we honor the graduating class of 2021. We would like to ask that all cellular phones are silenced at this time. Additionally, please refrain from the use of noisemakers as graduates are announced. No objects are to be thrown onto the floor amongst the graduates. Finally, we'd like to ask that the floor of the gymnasium remains clear throughout the entirety of the ceremony. This is to ensure that everyone has a safe experience and that all graduates are recognized in a fair and celebratory manner. At this time, I'd like to introduce our platform guests. Greenup County Board of Education member, Mr. Lance Warnock, Vice Chairperson, Mrs. Tracy Moracy, Superintendent, Mr. Jason Smith, Principal of GCHS, Mrs. Miranda Pack, Assistant Principal at GCHS, Mr. Anthony Thompson, GACT Principal, Mr. Tate Duncan, Salutatorian, Miss Emma Boggs, Co-Valedictorian, and Mr. Gage Potter, Co-Valedictorian. At this time, Principal Jason Smith would like to welcome you.
Graduates, Greenup County families, faculty, and esteemed guests. Welcome to the 47th commencement ceremony of Greenup County High School for the class of 2021. The class of 2021 will be forever remembered as the class that redefined the term normal school day. Since that day in March in 2020, we have experienced fear, confusion, frustration, grief, anxiety, and loss due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Families have had to make adjustments to their daily lives that they could have never imagined. Parents, grandparents, and siblings became co-teachers, setting up makeshift classrooms within their homes while continuing to work, some at home and some on the front lines putting their own lives in danger. Teachers juggled planning lessons for their students while parenting their own children. Students picked up more hours at work, caught up on some much-needed sleep, and improved their TikTok skills. All while attending Google Meets, becoming experts on Google Classroom, and trying to stay motivated, engaged, and learning from a distance. Not an easy task for a very social and very competitive class of 2021. Although these uncertain times have brought challenges for everyone, they have also brought us some gifts. Most graduation speeches talk about slowing down, taking the time to get to know the people around you, and trying not to work so hard. As a result of the pandemic, we have had the opportunity to take a pause, take a deep breath, and reflect upon what really is important in our lives. It has allowed many of us to spend more time with our spouses and children, siblings in the last year than we have in a very long time. I believe you, the class of 2021, is the chosen class to begin the change that our world very much needs. The change to focus on appreciation and gratitude, support and collaboration. You are the class that began a movement that showed a heightened appreciation for teachers, for healthcare workers, and all essential workers who risk their lives every day so you could be safe and we could continue a school year. You have shown gratitude for good health, both physical and mental, and social distance yourself from older family members for their safety, especially your grandparents. You are learning that this country and world needs to support one another, to collaborate to build a better future. So although this pandemic has taken many things from you, it has also given you the opportunity to highlight what truly is important: family, friends, health, and your community. So as you continue on your journey to change the world, do so by acknowledging, respecting, and celebrating our differences. Take the opportunity to find out more about what you have in common with someone instead of focusing on what separates you. Find your voice and learn to use it. Speak, express, and let yourself be heard. But also take the time to listen and hear what other people are trying to say. Try to understand another person's point of view, especially when it's different from yours. Always be kind and try to live with an open heart, with an open mind. You will forever be that graduating class, the class that redefined school and school events such as prom, senior awards night, and sports, to name a few, and ultimately having graduation in the greenhouse, but almost on the farm. Soon you will begin to have conversations and hear yourself say things like, "Oh yeah, those things happened before COVID-19. Those pre-pandemic times. Or I remember when teachers and students were in the same room, and we used to have the opportunity to fill gyms with people to watch a basketball game, and we didn't even have to wear masks." So take the lessons that you've learned during your time at GCHS, not just in the past few months, but your school career, and let them guide you, inspire you, and remind you that you are county strong. I know what I will be saying as time goes on. When people complain and say things are too hard or we can't do that, I will say, let me tell you about the class of 2021. They were a class that was resilient, tenacious, creative, talented, and resourceful. A class that began to change our world, and they could handle anything that was thrown their way, even a pandemic. Congratulations, class of 2021. We will miss you, and we are so very proud of you. To begin the ceremony, please welcome Mrs. Tracy Moracy, Greenup County Superintendent.
Okay, so my speech is missing that was underneath, so this is really off the cuff. First of all, I would like to tell you how proud I am of you. I look out at this class and realize that we've been watching you for the past 4 years grow and become even better people than you came in. You've learned from each other, and you've bonded. But I have a couple of questions for you. Raise your hand if you took class in your pajamas this year. Okay. Raise your hand if you ever didn't turn on the screen and maybe napped a little while someone else talked. Okay. Raise your hand if at some point you did a song remake in the shower of, I think it's Olivia Rodrigo and Driver's License. Okay. Right? Okay. All right. And inside you were thinking, thank goodness I already have my driver's license because the courthouse is closed. So for anyone who wasn't 16, they couldn't even relate to that song. So you guys had an advantage. Now, what I would like to tell you is I did a little something different this year. And we planned to do this for the class of 2020. And then this magical thing called a pandemic hit. So they didn't get to experience this quite like you will. But you aren't really here to hear me speak. What you are for is to celebrate with each other and know that someone along the way truly cared about you and will always remember you as a fond musketeer. If you will look underneath your seats right now, I feel like Oprah. Not the cowbells. Keep digging. You should find note cards. When you get your note card, hold it up. See, that's the teacher in me. When you get your note card, hold it up. See, I've totally lost control of my class. This is normal. This is 2021. Okay. So, what you are holding is a note card from someone who you had as a teacher, a custodian, a bus driver, an instructional assistant. We sent a list of your names out to all the employees of Greenup County Schools. And we said, please pick someone that you found to be an important student that you remember and send them a note. So when you look at that card, know that at times when you felt alone, you struggled, but you still kicked in and gave your best effort, this person was pulling for you along with many other musketeers. So with that, I am going to step off the stage because you really aren't here to talk to me. I want you to have a wonderful graduation, and I'm so grateful you can all be together today.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Moracy. Let us now welcome Adam LeMaster for the class prayer.
Students, teachers, parents, please join me in a word of prayer. Good and gracious God, on behalf of the Greenup FCA and the class of 2021, I come before you in reverence. We thank you for the opportunity to gather at our school with our families and loved ones, and our mentors as well. You have kept us strong amid the many storms of the last year, and we ask once more for your intervention. May your loving hand lead us onward through the coming struggles, and may we always look to you for guidance in times of uncertainty. Heavenly Father, we ask that your word may serve as a light unto our paths. Protect my fellow graduates on our journeys to parts unknown, and comfort us through the storms that have yet to come. Calm the hearts of the families who may soon be sending their children to distant universities, the military, or employment away from home. We pray that we may never forget our classmates who are no longer with us, and that we may strive to thrive in their memory. Lastly, Lord, I personally thank you for having had the pleasure and the distinct privilege of being a part of Greenup County High School and the class of 2021. I know that my classmates reflect this sentiment. With undying trust, and in Jesus' holy name, amen.
Thank you, Adam. At this time, let us welcome Brianna Picklesheimer. She'll be singing I'll Always Remember You.
Always knew this day would come. We'd be standing one by one with our future in our hands. So many dreams, so many plans. Always knew after all these years there'd be laughter, there'd be tears. Never thought I'd walk away with so much joy but so much pain. And it's so hard to say goodbye. Yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moment, so glad I got to know ya. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you. Another chapter in the book. Can't go back, but you can look. There we are on every page. Memories I'll always save. Up ahead, only open road. Who knows what we're headed towards. Wish you love, I wish you luck. For you the world just opens up. But it's so hard to say goodbye. But yesterday's gone, we gotta keep moving on. I'm so thankful for the moment, so glad I got to know ya. The times that we had, I'll keep like a photograph and hold you in my heart forever. I'll always remember you.
Thank you, Brianna. Now, our salutatorian, Tate Duncan, will deliver his address entitled Memories of a Musketeer.
Class of 2021, it is our time to leave Greenup County High School to do great things. You may go on to be a tradesman, a doctor, a military service member, or even return to GCHS as a teacher. But for my speech, I don't want to focus on our futures. I want to talk about our past and the memories we have made. I would like to title my speech, The Memories of a Musketeer. A memory is more than just a thought. It's a moment that you are reliving. You aren't just thinking of what's happened. You're feeling it, re-experiencing it. You relive the sounds, your feelings, who was there. It all comes back to you. Your memories and experiences have shaped who you are and who you've become, but all those memories aren't only yours. You share them with everyone who was there, everyone you've told, and most importantly, every past version of yourself. We have to let those who shaped us and the memories we have made influence our decisions to bring out our true selves. We can't just forget the school that we have grown and changed in. We need to become the best that we can by joining all of the fragments of ourselves into the best we can be. There are a few events that all of us graduates have experienced over the past 4 years, and I'd like to share a few of those with you. Cheering on our fellow students, doing pull-ups on the pull-ups bars brought by the Army recruiters. Clapping at lunch for no reason at all. Making sure we didn't split the pole at the VOTEC just because the seniors our freshman year told us not to. Playing kickball in gym class. Where'd they go? Oops. Cheering on our sports teams, no matter how bad we may be losing. Holding class meetings with Mr. Smith so our voices may be heard. And finally, practicing for graduation. Over the past week, we've practiced for tonight, and it was pretty miserable. We were all hot, tired, hungry, and wanted to go home. We all laughed, complained, and argued amongst ourselves, but we did it together. We may not all get along, but these memories are what unite us. Not a common belief or upbringing, but what we experience together is what makes us a musketeer. Class, I hope each and every one of you remember these moments and cherish them. This will be the last night we smile together or cry together. So go out into the world with passion, courage in your conviction, and a strong sense of self. Please remember that first impressions are not final. You have a chance to make up for your mistakes. And have faith in people, but most importantly, have faith in yourself. We will all forever be the class of 2021, and we will all forever be musketeers. As the saying goes, all for one and one for all. Thank you for listening to my speech. Before I step down, I would like to thank all of my family, Mom, Dad, Riley, my grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, all of my friends here in the audience. Lost it. Every teacher or school faculty member who has ever helped me, even a little bit, especially Ms. Pence. I couldn't have done it without all of you, and I owe it all to you. I want to give a special thanks to my twin sister, Paige Duncan. I'll cry. I'm so thankful to have been born with an automatic, lifelong best friend to experience life with. And I'm so thankful to continue figuring out life alongside you. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tate. Co-Valedictorian Gage Potter will now deliver his address entitled Light in the Dark.
I knew Tate would have a sappy one, so we're gonna fix that right quick. Good evening, class of 2021, Mom and Dad, Michael Brooks, and Mr. Booze. Sorry you never had me in class. It's a real shame. As always, this ceremony is gonna be way longer than it needs to be. And crazy enough, it's even inside. It seems normal, too normal. So normal that the rain brought us inside and ruined my sunscreen joke. Happy National Sunscreen Day. If you didn't know, I am partially responsible for discontinuing our morning ritual of this day in history. So I'm going to make up for it right now. Sorta. On this day in history, 1863, the 1st African American Regiment left Boston to fight for the Union in the Civil War. More importantly, though, in 2018, the Golden State Warriors defeated the Houston Rockets to advance to the finals. Also, happy National Brisket Day. For the entirety of May, National Arthritis Awareness Month, I have been reading valedictorian speeches and researching how to write the introduction, the tone in which I need to speak, and what in the world I'm even going to talk about. Every one of these speeches starts off by saying, I'm not going to be cliche, but ... I just think, isn't it ironic how almost every one of these speeches talks about how different or honest or how they aren't going to lecture you on life lessons? In reality, they're all making the same statement, and they aren't being very original. So let me just say, I will reminisce on how great these last 4 years have been, just as amazing as Miss LeMaster. And I'll probably throw in some cheesy jokes here and there, just like Miss Gollihue with her pickup lines in the month of February. 4 years ago, we came into GCHS as freshmen, full of the 4-letter F word. Fear. Now, as graduating seniors, we're the other 4-letter F word. Free. In our high school years, we've been through a lot. We started out as anxious underclassmen, and then just when we thought we had some authority, we lost the end of our junior year to a global pandemic. At least we got out of state testing, right? There is good in every single trouble in our lives, even if it is just no state testing. As my man Bob Ross would say, you got to have a little sadness in every once in a while so you know when the good times come. I think we are all more appreciative of this graduation because of our difficulties with COVID. James chapter 1, 2 through 3 reads, Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials. Whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Water break. It's just like practicing a sport or an art form. You have to suck at it for a while until you get better. Some struggles affect an entire society, some are mildly inconvenient, and some just require hard work to get around. However, you can't take for granted the obvious good, even if it's something small working in the background of our lives. I don't have many good, full stories from high school, but I am appreciative of many people and memories. Like Nick Stevens getting me out of Spanish sophomore year to play cornhole. I wouldn't have even thought about taking vocational classes. I wouldn't have become friends with or had so many good laughs with people that I now couldn't live without. Also, like Miss Hensley creating a free place to play Uno or Bananagrams or, read a book. All things that kept me from actually doing my schoolwork. And I'm so glad I became a library aide, so I could keep playing games and listen to her life lessons and get my scholarship applications done. Miss Hensley will even call your mom if you don't have school assignments done, but it was all worth it. All of these little things that you don't think matter, matter. I never thought this ceremony would matter, but this year and this senior class has proven me wrong. A year ago, I was ready to leave high school, but after my senior year, I'm heartbroken to do so. This may not be the case for all of you, because I know some, like Mr. Smith, are ready for us to get out of here. I also know that some of you are ready to get this graduation over with. So, to end my speech, I'm going to take this opportunity to give everyone here a final blow, just like Mr. Fletcher.
Thank you, Gage. Co-valedictorian Emma Boggs will now deliver her address entitled Roost.
Good evening, graduates, faculty, staff, friends, and family. I would like to start off by thanking our staff for all of the hard work and dedication they've put into this ceremony. We had some rough practices, but we all pulled through and we got it done together. A few months ago, I couldn't have even imagined having an in-person graduation. But here we are. We made it through all the hardships of this past year, and I couldn't be more proud of where we stand today. Secondly, I would like to thank all my friends and family for always being there to push me to be the best that I could be and ensuring that I made it to this point. All my life, being from a small town has been made out to be a disadvantage to me. People say that the opportunity in a small town is less than that of a larger city. But I don't think the opportunity is less. I just think that it's different. In what other place could you pull into the school parking lot with the Dukes of Hazzard horn playing? In what other school do the athletes train on the farm or in the greenhouse? In what big city can you learn to hunt, fish, ride ATVs, all without judgment because that's just what everybody does? While there are different opportunities in bigger cities than that in ours, I believe that that's all that they are. They're just different. Coming from a tight-knit community is something that almost everybody in Greenup County is proud of, including myself. I think that this year has really shown us just how close a community can get. Through the pandemic, the support, togetherness, strength, and courage in our community has really shown through. Families rallied around each other to help take care of one another. The medical community really stepped up, and all of our teachers did an amazing job getting us through this tumultuous year. After the passing of one of the most influential people in a lot of our lives, we've shown that we can get through it as long as we have each other. Our school and our community came together to honor Maddie in many different ways, and especially tonight, she's in all of our thoughts. I feel that every time I put a smile on somebody else's face, I kind of pass on her legacy in a way, because she did that for me and so many others, as she always seemed to line up every room. In the fall, I plan to go to the University of Kentucky to study psychology. I've known that I belong at UK ever since I was little. Every UK basketball game day, you can find me at my grandparents' house cheering on the Wildcats with my Papa Tim. I've known since then that when I finally grew up, that's where I would go. This is a good example of a very strong root in my life, my family. The community we have in Greenup is the very definition of roots. As a student, I always feel supported, and like I always have people cheering me on. If you come to any football Friday night, you'll see a sign that says, "Welcome to the farm." This has become a symbol of our community because we truly are farm strong. There's a deep tradition of faith, friends, and family in our community, and that has shaped us all into the people we are today. Even though we're all branching off onto bigger successes in our life, the most important part of our tree is our roots. Without roots, a tree can't grow at all. While our paths may not be certain right now, one thing that can be promised coming out of Greenup, Kentucky is a strong foundation to grow on. Again, I just want to congratulate all my friends and classmates. And though this may feel like the end of something, it's actually only the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. All right, this time, our stage members, honored guests, will transition up to prepare to hand out diplomas. Members of the Greenup County Board of Education, Superintendent Tracy Maracy, and school administrators will now present diplomas to the graduating class of 2021.
Today, we are celebrating the class of 2021. The members chose to honor 2 classmates who are not able to be with us tonight. On behalf of these 2 young ladies, we will present their posthumous diplomas to their families. Madison Elise Blair. McKenna Grace Lyons. Please join us in a moment of silence to honor these 2 graduates. Thank you. Graduates, please stand. Joseph Chase Adkins. Andrew Akers. Jason Dane Alley. Juliana Paige Atkinson. Destiny Hope Baker. Jacob Cole Bayless. Nathaniel Mark Bentz. Natalie Diane Phillips. Emma Grace Boggs. Peyton Lane Boggs. Hunter Franklin Bonzo. Lindsay Ann Bossenberger. Sarah Catherine Boyles. Taylor Lynn Boyles. Richard Thomas Hunter Briggs. William Cody Allen Briggs. Michael Ray Brooks. Andrew Thomas Brown. Jared Lee Brown. Shane Mason Brown. Maggie Ann Burgess. Uriah James Bush. Haley Nicole Butler. Ashton Taylor Campbell. Savannah Nicole Carmen. Zane Michael Carter. Karen Danielle Chafin. Kayla Jade Chapman. Rebecca Marie Chapman. Mackenzie Ann Christian. Darcy Jane Clare. Austin Wayne Clarkson. Trace Allen Claxon. Dylan Roscoe Keith Holgrove. Anaya Ray Coleman. Emily Nicole Collier. Zachary Lee Collins. Brent Jacob Conley. Sean Peyton Conley. Emily Michelle Coomer. Shelby Pauline Cornelison. Ashton Rochelle Cornett. Cameron Heath Cox. Josie Louise Kraft. Braden Terry Craycraft. Chase Allen Crozier. Shira K. Cummings. Nicholas Chase Diller. Nathan Andrew Deluvio. Dakota Ray Douglas. Kiara Joe Downey. Paige Aaron Duncan. Tate Eric Duncan. Emily Jordan Eldridge. Malachi Ari Ellis Smith. Ian Michael Farmer. Quentin Reese Farrow. Robert Michael Fletcher. Adam Barton Jr. Devin Cole Gassaway. Andre Bradley Garinger. Nicole Cheyenne Gillum. Haley McKenna Glancy. Alexandria Dawn Gold. Aaliyah Drew Grayson. Joshua Danae Grayson. Jarrett Michael Greathouse. Christy Nicole Green. Connor Bryce Griffith. Ashton Ramon Hall. Sarah Renee Hall. John Reed Hampton III. Jacob Allen Haar. Abigail Renee Harris. Matthew Cole Hayslip. Judd William Hensley. Shelby Jean Herford. Jonathan Thomas Hicks. Nathan Samuel Heineman. Leah Dawn Horn. Gabriel Luke Horsley. Haley McKenna Howard. Elianne Hunt. Hunter Reed Hutchison. Robert Gerald Irvin. Kayla Dawn Johnson. Lacey Ray Johnson. Lacey Nicole Jones. Ethan Brian Justice. Mason Elias Kazee. Caitlin Elizabeth Heaton. Zoe Hope Heaton. Garrett Preston Kinney. Evan Thomas Stephen Latimer. Adam Lucas Lemaster. Mackenzie Renee Lewis. Ashley Michelle Locklear. Owen Bryce Lowe. Devin Michael Lyons. Megan Brianna Marshall. Bianca Lucia Mason. Taryn Leroy McClanahan. Davy Lynn Love McClurg. Alyssa Garnett McCormick. Haley Jade McKenzie. Jason Dell Mefford. Shaylee Elizabeth Moore. Sydney Alice Moore. Tanner Cole Moore. Skylar Alexis Moreland. Ethan Ray Newman. Andrew Tyler Nicely. Braden Gage Nickel. Kylie Nicole